Hello, everybody. Welcome to Championship Predictions Round 5. Sam, we put a poll up on the community tab on the Benjamin Bloom Football channel to ask people what their favourite regular content was on the channel. 52% said the Championship predictions. So forget your hundreds of games, hundreds of goals, all your brilliant knowledge. People just want you to stick your finger in the air and forecast the outcomes of football matches. But people love this show, Sam. Welcome.
Great, yeah. People just want to send me stick and send you stick when we get things horribly wrong. And there's a real thirst for us pulling results out of our backside. Go on, what are you doing there?
I'm doing there because we got two bob-ons with random Desmonds this week. So maybe the pulling results out of the backside should continue. By the way, if you watch the Championship Check-In podcast, a public apology was needed this week for West Bromwich Albion. And Sam speaks plenty on West Brom, so go and check that out. Sam, I'm 3-1 up, mate. It was an 8-6 win. So you got bob on. Oxford 2, Coventry 2. That's a pretty brave shout, actually, given what Cov had been doing. I've got to admit, my Watford 2, Southampton 2, which was correct, was just I don't know what's going to happen, but I think both teams are going to score. And I got Middlesbrough 1, Sheffield United 0, which is really the real quiz, isn't it? Because that was the main TV game, most important game, where I stepped up to take the win, to put myself 3-1 up. Make hay while the sun is shining. I'm sure Sam will come back strong. Let's know how you get on in the comments. As usual, give yourself a point for a correct outcome, home, away or draw. 3 points for a correct scoreline. And give yourself 4 points if your scoreline is correct and has 5 or more goals. No bonus points yet, Sam, but we were both barking up the right tree for Bristol City 4, Hull 2. I had 3-2 and you had 3-1. We knew there'd be goals and we got the home win right on that one. We are predicting Championship Round 5. You're up first as ever, Sam. Ipswich versus Sheffield United, and they're both down towards the bottom of the table.
Oh, that's a difficult one to kick off with. This will be 6 straight defeats, wouldn't it, for Sheffield United if they don't get something at Portman Road, if you factor in the cup defeat as well. Both made numbers of acquisitions. I think Sheffield United will improve. Are they good enough for a point here? No. I'll say 2-1, possibly late in the day. 2-1 home win.
Not only is that a scribble, I was actually going to say 2-1 late in the day. I was going to say exactly what I said for the Derby game, where I thought Ipswich were going to win 2-1 late on. I got most of it right, but then Ipswich's defending was hopeless and Derby actually got 2-1 in front, and then a very, very late penalty saves Ipswich again. So I think I will take Ipswich. You'd expect an improvement from both. Time on the training ground with McKenna. And I think people have suggested that Sheffield United have kind of been a bit weird with their transfer strategy, but people like Ben Mee and Danny Ings will be ready to go immediately for this game just because of the sheer amount of experience. Oh, do I take the draw, Sam? No, I'm going to back Ipswich. 1-0. Ipswich 1, Sheffield United 0. It is Charlton versus Millwall. A couple of absolutely brilliant derby games in the Championship this particular weekend. We're going to finish with one as well that people have been very excitedly looking forward to. Charlton obviously went under at QPR. Millwall have got this strange thing at the moment where they're winning their away games and they're drawing their home games. Losing their home games. Shall I stick with that? I'm going to go for a controversial one that the Charlton fans are going to hate here. I'll go for an away win in the derby. Grubby, low XG all round. Charlton 0, Millwall 1. What do you reckon to that?
I reckon that's what I was going to go for.
No way.
Yeah, same sentiment really. I think tight game, not going to probably be a lot of chances, despite Charlton making enough probably to feel they should have got something at QPR. Really open game that was. I'll go for the same score, but flip it 2-1, Millwall, 2-1 away win.
Oxford versus Leicester. You were bob on with Oxford this past weekend. So.
First point on the board as well, wasn't it? Leicester very, very impressive. I think Oxford will improve, but it's going to be a tough season for them. I'm tempted with a 2-1 again. I'll go 1-0 Leicester.
What is going on, mate? I think we had a scribble on every single one. I've got 1-0 Leicester written down here. So I could double down on Leicester winning, or I could go for an Oxford draw in the same way that they drew with Coventry, obviously. I don't know. I think Leicester have added a little bit more quality and obviously on loan. They've done what they can, haven't they? So, yeah, I'm going to go with my initial instinct. I'll take the 2-1 then that you were kind of and ahhing about, Sam. I'll go Oxford 1, Leicester 2. We are leaving ourselves really open here for a lot of public apologies because we've doubled up on every result so far. Preston versus Middlesbrough. Ooh, Middlesbrough 4 from 4, Sam, but Preston have beaten both Ipswich and Leicester at home. But I do like the handsome Rob 5 in a row narrative. And I was bob on with Middlesbrough last time, so I'm going to do it. Let's go all in. I'm throwing all my chips in on Middlesbrough, and I'll go 2-0. North End 0, Borough 2.
Yeah, this is the first one we're going to disagree on.
Good.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see the result in front of me. Solitary goal. Preston 1, Middlesbrough 0.
Wow.
That's what I'm thinking. Borough a good side. Had a phenomenal start, but that's a difficult game. Especially with some rested bodies ready to go again.
Coventry versus Norwich. Sounds about to mention Peter and Lerv and 90s Premier League football.
Have they not played already this season? Jesus, feels like I was saying that yesterday.
No, Norwich Blackburn when you always do that.
Okay. Okay. Remind me what Norwich's last result was.
They had a good win at Blackburn.
Of course they did.
And they've got Sargent.
Yeah. I'll still back the home side here. And I'll back them with a bonus point. 3-2 Coventry.
It's another scribble. This is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Yeah, you'd fancy lots and lots of goals with Coventry on the pitch and with Sargent on the pitch. Let's try and temper it then. Let's say Liam Manning is going to spoil the lots of goals stuff. And I'm going to give Norwich a point. Oh, no. Coventry are better than Norwich at the moment, aren't they? Norwich will be good in 6 weeks. I'll go 2-1 then, Cov. So we're doubling up again with plenty of scribbles. Sheffield Wednesday versus Bristol City. Now, you've been quite optimistic on Wednesday getting a point or getting a win, rather, at various points in the prediction show. Do I do it now? Bristol City are kind of... they're at 2 points per game, aren't they? I think they've got two wins and 2 draws thus far. They've been winning at... No, they did draw one at home. It's a fair mix then, isn't it? I'll back Bristol City, which means I'll probably back Wednesday to lose every week. So apologies, Wednesday fans. I will go 2-0 Robins.
I'm happy for them to get another point on the board here, I think. Sheffield Wednesday. Was it 2-2 at Wrexham? I think Bristol City look like they're going to be really good fun again, but I just feel that they've just so frequently been littered with inconsistency, frustration, just when you think they've got it. I'll go for a 1-1 here, maybe to be pegged back.
It's a good one. Stoke versus Birmingham, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, 2 massive games for Stoke back-to-back at home. Is Lightning
2 massive games for Birmingham back-to-back as well, going to Leicester beforehand.
Yeah. I really don't know what's going to happen here, so I'm going to have to sit on the fence. I'll go for a 2-2, I think. I could probably see a Birmingham victory over a Stoke one, marginally, but I'll sit on the fence and go for an entertaining draw.
I'll double you up, mate. I'll go 1-1. It's really, really hard to tell. From a Stoke point of view, they're going to want that to be an outlier, the defeat against West Brom. And you said there wasn't a great deal in it from your eye test. From a Birmingham point of view, this is a real good classroom exercise for Chris Davies because he's just gone away to a team doing all right that played quite pragmatic. And I think Stoke might do exactly the same thing. So he's going to have exactly the same problem to address. And Birmingham are going to have that this season, aren't they? Where, good teams with good players will sit up and say, okay, well, go on then. You have the ball, beat us, see if you can. So I'll stick down the middle. I'll do a Sam Parkin quote here. I could see that one being any of the three outcomes. Swansea versus Hull is me first. You've got to back Swansea at the moment. Hull have been very leaky in the past 2 games, haven't they? Who did Swansea sign late on that was interesting?
Adamida?
Adamida.
Should be great, shouldn't he, really?
Yeah, I should have got your take on that in the
I just think...
show. Go on.
I just think, when he goes up to Celtic, young player, you think when he comes back, it'll probably be to a Premier League club, or he'll go to a European, not necessarily a top club European, but I thought it would not be coming back to a Championship club. So that's a really good get for Swansea. What's 7 million quid or something? Big dough. Again, encapsulates the type of money that's flowing around the Championship. But they need a striker. They've needed a striker bad. So can only see potentially one result here. Away you go.
Well, you're leading me. I'll take a Swansea win then. Swansea have already got 7 points, so they would go to 2 points per game if they win that. I will back them to do so. I haven't been very goaly yet, so I'll go 3-1 Swans, Sam, which would be a third consecutive defeat for Hull.
Yeah, don't mind it. So I will stick a 2-0 in there. They've surprised me, Swansea. I probably had them, an outside chance of possibly falling through the trapdoor. So they've had a great start, and I expect it to continue here.
Watford versus Blackburn.
Right. I had that scribbled down as Watford v Derby. It's not. It's Watford v Blackburn. So, therefore, I think they were a little bit fortunate against Southampton. Certainly didn't play particularly well for 45 minutes. Improved after the break. I think it was coincided with Barr coming on, changing the system. Irankunda, again, brilliant. I'll back them to get the job done here against Blackburn, who have had a bit of an inconsistent start. I'll go for a 2-1 home Watford win.
So for no other reason than I don't think I've probably backed Blackburn, easy for me to say, very much this season. I might just throw in an away win here. Do you remember in this game where Hedges scored that Ballon d'Or contender where he juggled the ball up 3 times and then slipped it in from the angle? And he played quite well in the whole game as well, didn't he? You've got to give Watford a goal if they've got Irankunda. But do you know what? I'll flip your scoreline just for a little bit of fun here. And I'll go Watford 1, Blackburn 2, because it's the Championship. West Brom versus Derby. After what Sam's just said about Ryan Mason on the Check-In podcast, being able to go pragmatic when he needs to, this has got to be under 1.5 goals, this one, surely, hasn't it? Or can I stretch to a 1-1 draw? I still think Derby are going to be quite good this season. I think they're going to grow into it. I'm going to go 1-1, Sam. So I'll go above. I'll contradict myself immediately. 1-1.
I could go 1-1 for the remaining 3 games, but that would be bad television. So I will go for West Brom to beat Derby by 1-0. Same result as they got up in the Potteries.
Wrexham versus QPR.
I do like the 1-1 here. I think QPR gets something.
Got to go with your gut, mate. Got to be honest always.
I'll go for QPR to win. No, I'll go for QPR to win to 1-0.
I love the fact that it doesn't matter if you're a professional footballer, professional pundit, the fan thing still takes over. It's
going to be that week that Wrexham had last year when they were casting everyone aside at the racecourse and they lost twice in the space of a few days at home. This is going to be their week where they.
What did you go? 0-1, Sam?
They falter. Yeah, 0-1 Kone on the hour.
And you're going to compare him to Ferdinand on the next show. I feel like I've backed Wrexham a lot this season and been wrong. And then I don't think I backed them against Millwall. So I'm just wrong all the time about Wrexham. They're going to come good. I think they are going to win this game. So I'm never going to learn my lesson. And I'll take a 2-1 home win. So obviously Kone's going to score because Sam's going to say that every week. But yeah, I'll give Wrexham the win. 2 in a row. Get a bit of a roll on Ryan and Rob and Ryan, whichever way around to say it. What a game, Sam. The return of Southampton versus Pompey to the EFL Championship for the Sunday game. Can Pompey get something is the question. They'll certainly give it a right good go, won't they? But I think they'll then be unlucky and then they'll lose the game. But it's got to be tight, hasn't it? I always seem to go for a silly result on the last one, so I'll do that again. I'll go 3-2 Southampton. Does that work for you in any way, shape, form or fashion?
Nope. Doesn't work for me at all.
Tight, low scoring?
Yeah, I think so. Although Southampton have shown deficiencies, Pompey will be incredibly up for it, of course. We know that. I don't think Pompey win here, so I'm going to have to play the 1-1 and maybe a late-ish kind of set-piece Colby Bishop goal as they chase a point in front of their vociferous home support. Yeah, that should be good fun, shouldn't it? I think that's a 1-1.
Yeah. Cool. There are your round 5 predictions. Get yours down there in the comments. You know the scores on the doors. I am defending a lead, so long may it continue. Sam, have you got your schedule yet? Do you know if you're going to be at any of these games for TV, or am I not allowed to say?
No, it's fine. Yeah, Charlton, 12:30 on Saturday against Millwall. So what are we? Yeah, which is a brilliant game. I can't recall the last time these two teams faced off, but I would expect it's going to be a magnificent atmosphere.
It's going to be tasty, mate.
It's going to be very, very hard fought on the pitch, and I think it's two teams still, despite inconsistent starts, I'm very optimistic about their chances this season. Millwall may be improving on last season's points return, and Nathan Jones getting enough out of his team to be well away from trouble. So, yeah, a great way to kick off the return to the Champo.
They last met in 2020, presumably in COVID.
There you go.
Jake Cooper scored the only goal in a 1-0 win, and I suspect it was from a set piece.
He's not scoring too often anymore, is he? Have I done him a disservice there? I feel like he's got his head on something this season, but he's been worth his weight in gold, hasn't he, over the years?
What a servant! Yeah.
How many big goals in the FA Cup? So many contributions in the attacking 18-yard box. Yeah, he's been amazing. Come from Reading, didn't he? Amazing signing.
I'm just looking here. Charlton have not beaten Millwall in absolutely years. I think I'm right in saying.
Well, I've not started my prep yet on that, so don't start having a go at him. Start with him and then move on. Look at him,
Nathan. Yeah. It's a good name. What a way to finish. Thank you everybody for watching.